How far do you think AI is from taking over humanity? Well, I guess pretty far. But where do we stand actually? Disclaimer: I am a terrible programmer. This is not a tutorial video. This is a struggle. We would be in it together. So let's begin. What's up everyone, this is Best Sensei and today we will be going through how far AI has come in terms of recognizing objects. So we will not be doing a simple object detection model. We will be going a step further and try to extract the shape of the object instead of just the object itself. Here's the game plan. We will be doing it through a library called PixelLib. It's an excellent library for leveraging datasets that can be found online, such as the Mask RCNN model, which we will be using in this tutorial. Also, we will be doing it on a live camera feed, which we will be receiving from OpenCV and our webcam, and we will be detecting the shape of the objects that are present in the camera. Let's hop in. So first we need to open our project folder where we will be having the model and also the Jupyter file that we will be using in this tutorial. After we have opened the project folder, we need to run cmd. In order to do that, we need to select the URL of the folder and then type cmd and press enter. We will be given with the cmd, and over here we need to start our Jupyter environment. In order to do that, we will be typing Jupyter Notebook and press enter. This would take us to our folder inside the Jupyter environment. Now we can create a new notebook using the new option given in the top right corner of the screen and use the Python 3 as the kernel. I have already created a notebook, so we will be continuing with that. Once the notebook is open, we need to install a few libraries that we will be using in this tutorial. The libraries are TensorFlow, PixelLib and OpenCV. I have already done that because it takes a huge amount of time, but once you are done, you will be presented with this kind of screen. The link of the file will be in the description below. After the installation is done, we need to import the libraries that we need. So the first one we need is PixelLib. We also need the image segmentation module from PixelLib library. And finally, we need to import the CV2 library. After that, we can press Shift plus Enter in order to run the segment of the code that we have written just now. So the code has run successfully and we have imported the libraries. Now we need to initialize the PixelLib instance. In order to do that, we would create a variable named Segmentation model. And we would be calling the instance segmentation in this variable. After that, we need to load our model in this instance. So what we would be doing is we can Google Mask RCNN and we would be presented with the Matterport Mask RCNN GitHub repo, so we can go into it and go to the releases, and here we would be presented with the RCNN models. So I downloaded the RCNN2 model. When we click this file, it would be downloaded and then you can place it in the same folder as that of the Jupyter Notebook. After that, we need to import the model inside the instance, calling the same variable and use the function that's load underscore model and in bracket we will be passing the name of the file that we have. That's mask RCNN COCO.h5. After we are done that, we would be running this segment of code and see if it's working or not. So we would be getting a warning about some deprecation of the TensorFlow model, but we do not need to worry about that. We can proceed to having our video capture. So in order to do that, we would be using the CV2 library, where we would be importing our webcam feed. We would be writing cv2.videoCapture, and my camera is at the number 1. It may be the number 0 for you if you have a single webcam, but the one I am using is at the number 1. So we are reading the camera successfully, and now we can use this variable to get the camera feed and display it on the screen. In order to do that, we would be running a loop. When the camera is open, inside the loop we would be reading the capture of the camera and store the data inside the variables rate and frame. Now to test our camera feed, we can use cv2.imshow, give the name of the window and the frame we want to display. Also, to stop the loop, we can use a break command, and the break command will be triggered when we press the button Q. Right, cv2.wait key, you can use any other alphabet instead of Q. So once the loop ends, we need to release the camera, and then we need to destroy all windows. Now we can test this segment of code by pressing Shift and Enter. Once the processing is done, a window would be popping up giving you the feed of the camera. My camera is placed towards the table, so once I move it, you can see the camera feed is being received correctly. Now we can press Q in order to exit the window. So now we can use the library that we just imported and segment the objects that we can view in this camera feed. We can use res as result from the variable that we just created, segmentation model, and the function we would be using segment frame. In here we would be passing the frame and also set the show B boxes to true. This returns a tuple containing the result, where we would be needing the tuple at the location 1, which is the second location. So we would be storing the image in a variable named image, and we need the second position of the tuple, so we would be writing 1. Also, we need to pass the image variable instead of frame in order to view the result. And that's it, it's done. Now we can test it by pressing Shift and Enter. Once the processing is done, the camera would open up and you can now point it towards anything you want, and it would be identifying it. So we have a scissor and a cell phone being identified successfully, and also we have their shapes traced out in order to tell which one exactly it is and not the whole square that we have. So that's it guys, that's how you implement image segmentation inside of a live camera feed to detect objects that are present inside the camera frames. I hope you liked the video, and for such future contents, please subscribe to my channel. That's all from me today. Peace.